Today, I'm reviewing the demo of the first Berserker Khazan, which is available to play on Xbox Series X, S, PlayStation 5 and Steam. Based on the arcade RPG game Dungeon Fighter Online, this hardcore action RPG is set in the 89th year of the Pale Lost Empire. You play as the once celebrated General Khazan, who saved the Empire from the Berserk Dragon. However, after the people around him became jealous, he was falsely framed for treason and banished to the snowy mountains with severed tendons in both arms. After narrowly avoiding death, he begins his long journey of revenge. I actually thought this demo was really good. Whilst it's not my usual go-to game, it was interesting and has already had its fair share of positive reviews. I was a big fan of the art style. It implemented this anime style effect which I really liked. It might be an unusual style for a game like this, but I thought it worked really well and it caught my eye instantly. The combat was also clean. Several different attacks were available which I thought made killing the enemies fun and intriguing, although at some points it did feel slow in the sense that you couldn't attack quickly. The graphics were amazing and it ran exceptionally well. I also loved the environment. I thought the snowy mountains worked great and were a perfect setting for the first part of the game. I do hope though that we can see different environments throughout the game. The boss designs were cool and the movement was smooth. Although there were a couple of aspects of the game I wasn't so keen on. I thought that some parts, especially the boss fights, were very challenging. In all fairness, it is stated as a hardcore RPG, so of course it's not going to be a walk in the park. It also felt like some of their attacks had a very high range. Sometimes it would be hard to dodge or run away without getting hit, which could potentially be due to some buggy hitboxes. This was my first time playing a game like this, so I'm not surprised that I struggled, but after dying to the same boss 20 times, I started to pick up on their attack patterns and came closer to defeating them each time. Unfortunately, I didn't complete the demo since I gave up on the boss fight after around 30 minutes of trying, but it's just one of those games where the more you practice, the more you'll get used to it. I also wasn't a big fan of the stamina. I had no problem that running with dodging consumed it, but the fact that blocking did was quite unusual. Blocking an attack from an enemy would consume around 20 to 25% of it, and when an enemy would attack endlessly it was quite annoying since when you eventually ran out of stamina, you were almost locked in place for a couple of seconds, which left openings for the enemies who didn't hesitate at all. I'm still not sure if I'll buy the full game. I'm not the biggest fan of hardcore games with endless bosses, purely because I don't have the patience to fight the same enemy for hours on end or slowly losing my sanity. If there's an option to lower the difficulty level when the full game releases, then I'll consider it. As of now, I just don't think it's my kind of game. That doesn't mean that the demo wasn't good, however. I thought it was great and had its signs of being a big game. But if you're someone who enjoys challenging games such as Elden Ring or Dark Souls, then this is most definitely for you. The full game is set to release on the 27th of March 2025.